Babe, wake up. New Path of Titans main menu theme dropped. I like it. Hell yeah. This is a very good upgrade. You know, the funny thing is, I was kind of listening to this one on loop when I was working out the other day. And now it's here in the game itself. So, yeah, I listened to the Path of Titans theme upgrade while I was working out. Yeah, I'm a little bit weird. And they've added a new theme to the, what's it called? The character select screen, too. I love this theme so much. This game's soundtrack is really nice. It has a very distinct vibe to it, and it works really well, and it really fits with the aesthetic of the game. As you can see, the Ichthyosaur has been added, the Eurhinosaurus. I really like the fact that this music is here. It really adds to the little create your character experience. Oh, and I think looks like they changed the Concavinator default skin a little bit. They changed a lot of the subspecies stats, so it's no longer, well, at least not for all of them. Poor Displetosaurus still has the old subspecies thing, where it's one species is balanced, one's plus defense minus speed, the other is plus speed minus defense. I don't like that system, and I'm so glad they're doing away with it. So hopefully, in another push later down the line, they'll wipe out the plus speed minus defense completely. Because, you know, for something like the Spleeto, if you select, like, you know, plus defense minus speed, the Spleeto's already not tanky as it is. So the minus speed just makes you slower and less able to outrun everything. And the plus defense doesn't really do much. Defense is my favorite looking subspecies, but it's the bad one, so then I either have to use the balance of the speed, and I don't like those ones as much. So if you look at Pycno here, this species used to be balanced. This used to be plus attack minus defense. And this used to be plus stamina minus attack. So, like, why would you use this one? Because Pycno already has good stamina, but now it gets extra knockback. Meanwhile, this one gets extra stamina recovery, and this one gets attack damage. I'm definitely going to keep maining this one because Carno, two, because I like my attack damage, but also this one is actually useful now, which is really nice. And they did the same thing with Spino as well. This one gets plus 5% land speed, plus 10% swim speed for this one, and 5% armor for the big boy. This change also looks like it buffed Rex too. This one gets knockback resistance, this one gets extra damage, and this one gets extra bone break damage. So no longer do the subspecies, or a lot of the subspecies anyway, they don't have nerfs. They only have buffs now. And for herbivores too, a lot of them have the same thing. Pesky, for instance, this guy gets 15% attack knockback, extra run speed for you, and 3% attack damage bonus without any of the negatives. So that's really nice. Anyway, here's the Ichthyosaur Eurhinosaurus. It looks like a swordfish. I look at this guy and I immediately think it's a fish, and I'm like, wait a minute, it's a reptile. I have a feeling it'll end up being the same as Koekia, where not many people play as it. But, you know, it's nice to have an Ichthyosaur in one of these games finally. So we've got the base species, Katiki, which is 3% attack damage bonus. We have Communis, which is 5% armor, and this one looks the least like a swordfish. It looks more like a traditional ichthyosaur. And then we have Pelagicus, which is 10% stamina recovery. My favorite is this one, but I think this would be more faithful to the actual animal. And I'm just noticing, he's got teeth on his snout. Did he actually have that in real life? I don't know. I'm not a Eurhinosaurus expert. I'll have to do some research on this guy once I get off the game here. That was a cute little chirp. And as you can see, I already have one of these little guys ready for a showcase that we spawn in the oceans, and I already equipped all my abilities and everything. So pretty standard stuff. I'm on a solo server right now, by the way, so just so I could show this guy off quickly before we actually get into some gameplay. I haven't tested his calls yet myself, so this will be a first for me as well. This is his broadcast. Sounds pretty creepy. Tucal. Friendly. I like that one. Short, sweet, but, you know, gives across the idea that he is, in fact, not looking to harm you. Here's the aggressive call. Interesting. And the danger call. Oh, he does a little flipper-flap. That's very sad. You can tell he's very nervous. And generic call is this one. And then what are your emotes? Do you have emotes? No, he doesn't have emotes yet, it seems. Yeah, he's just got the calls. Alright, his abilities are as follows. He's got... Oh, I didn't even know he had this. He's got a thrash attack, apparently. So I've got a basic bite. I have a lunge forward that's similar to the Kalenkin speed boost. So it's just a little, like, forward dart that gives you a little temporary boost. We have a Pounce, apparently, and if I use this and hit someone with it, apparently I latch on to them. And then we have our dart, which shoots us out of the water like so. And look at us, we are flying. Is this jump height unrealistic? Yeah, probably. But is it cool? Yes, so I will allow it. Now, I'm not too sure why I can't use that roar ability down there. Increases the speed of all ichthyosaurs in your group by 2%. Okay, I guess I can't use it unless I'm in a group. Oh, by the way, pro tip, if you don't know how to rest as an aquatic, you gotta go to the sea floor. And then rest, like that. And oh my god, he looks like he's dead. This poor little man. It'd be cool if he had one eye open, actually. Like dolphins actually do when they sleep. Now, I know I'm a big proponent of tail attacks in this game, but I feel like this guy probably has the least useful tail attack because, you know, you have a whole extra axis to exploit. So I feel like, you know, and it's an ichthyosaur tail whip, so it's not going to do crazy damage. I feel like it's probably better to go for a speed boost tail, or yeah, I would either go for the tail fan or the paddle tail, whichever you prefer, honestly. Either a flat speed boost, just overall, or just a quick speed boost. Tail attack seems kind of useless on this guy, especially since he's got the Pounce and he's got the thrash and the regular bite as well. And speaking of the thrash, here's what this looks like. Oh. I was expecting that to be a little more dramatic. And then as far as skins go, he's got a pretty good selection. My favorite is obviously the one I'm using right now. This one really stood out to me. What are the patterns on this thing? Yeah, I think this pattern's the best one. Although pattern 2 isn't really that bad either. So yeah, he's a pretty straightforward guy. Not too sure how he stacks up against, what's his name? The Kawekia. I would imagine they're pretty even. Because, you know, they're both piscivores. They're not really, like, going to be hunting other things in real life, so they're not exactly the strongest things in the world, I would imagine. But this guy in a pod, I'm sure, is very devastating. I have a feeling that he can swim circles around Kawekia. Anyway, let's move on. You know, I think this update has actually given me a reason to play one of the raptors. This is Latinivinatrix, or Troodon, or Troodontid. I don't know, Troodontids are very confusing as far as their actual existence in the fossil record goes. This little dude has a couple new things. He's got this ability, the Raptor Strikes, which is like a bite that increases in power the more you hit with it, as opposed to the normal bite, which is just, you know, flat damage. So this is probably better, honestly. I would imagine so. And then, of course, he's also got the Pounce ability, which is new to a bunch of different things. I think mainly Latsi-Deinonychus. Apparently the Ichthyosaur. Wasn't expecting that one to have a Pounce. And it makes me wonder who else has a Pounce. Maybe Kawekia has one where he like latches on and holds on with his head. I don't know. Wow, Latsi is really slow. You know, I think this is the first time I've ever even like tested out Latsi. I don't know. I was just never really interested in the Dromaeosaurs or Troodontids in this game. Just the raptors in general. They're never really good. So I don't know if this is really gonna save them from the fate of being not great playables, this Pounce update. But, you know, could be worth a shot. And yeah, I guess you can only use this ability while airborne. Also, the music. There's like ambient music now. It's really nice. Could save me a whole lot of editing. I really like this area. The salt flats out here. It's awesome looking, especially with all the fog. Very ominous, very foreboding. Also, I just want to show off Pycno real quick because he's my main and I have an unhealthy bias towards him and all dinosaurs of the Abelosauridae variety, specifically the ones with horns. He has a voice ability now called Bulldoze. Boosts knockback by 25% for 30 seconds. For me and all nearby group members. Stacks up to 3 times. You got 3 Pycnos in a group. They all use Bulldoze at once. Imagine they're all bald Pycnos now. So that's 75% bonus from the stack 3. Plus a 15% if you're bald. So that's what? A 95% increase in knockback? And I'm not certain, but I'm pretty sure I've heard that they've nerfed Pycno's health this patch. You know, yeah, better nerf Carnotaurus, all that. Dinosaur games nerfing Carno happens all the time. Whatever. I feel like I'm becoming numb to it at this point. But to be honest, it might be warranted. Who knows? Because Pycno's already really good. We'll see. I don't think it'll be that bad, to be honest. I think it'll be a perfectly manageable nerf. If it even happened. Like I said, I don't know. But anyway, this is the animation for the Bulldoze. Very stylized. I like it. I like the mouth open, the shake. It's cool. And then he has a new attack that can replace either the basic bite or the basic headbutt. It's horn swipe, and it does heavy knockback. So that would be this little move right here, which is a pretty cool attack. Pretty nifty. It's about time a Carnotaur uses its horns in one of these games. Oh, right, you know, Metriacanthosaurus has gotten some crazy changes as well. Let me go over some of those. Now, Mr. Metri has seen quite a few changes, and all for the better, in my opinion. The venomous thing, completely removed, which, personally, I'm very happy about. Why the hell would this thing be venomous? Also, what's the point of, you know, playing Metri when you had Megalania, you know? They were just kind of way too similar. So Metriacanthosaurus is now the carnivore equivalent of a Lambeosaurus, in which he's a healer ally for his pack mates. And he's also been upsized too. Before he was in the Ceratosaurus size range and Concavinator size range, things like that. So now he's more in line with, he's not quite up to Allo and Pike sized. Not really that much, but he's around Alio sized, I believe. So yeah, no more venomous bite. However, he does still have a hide ability, Putrid Scales, in which anyone who hits him takes slight poison damage. And then he has also lightweight scales. He also has a new sense, Lone Hunter, which makes you gain 10% increased damage when not in a group. A lot of dinosaurs have that. Pycno was one of the only ones last build that had it, which is part of what made Pycno so good, or what makes Pycno so good still. And it's good to see that that's an ability that is being added to a lot more dinosaurs. Yeah, he's a lot slower now, it seems, too. But I'm assuming that translates to more health. And he's just tankier because, you know, he's bigger. Healing Call, that's this. I believe this one heals yourself. And I can't use the other one because I'm not in a group. But this one does healing rate 8x for 25 seconds. That's crazy. He's a support dinosaur. That's what he is. Because I don't think he's, like, super strong as far as his damage goes. He's probably about, like, average, I would assume. Either way, looking forward to testing out the new Metri. Sarco is a joke in Path of Titans currently, so hopefully this build will help make him a little bit better. He's got this attack, which is the Asphyxiating Snap, which drains stamina from opponents as well as oxygen. And then he's got a Clamp, in which he can apparently use to drag things into the water. Only little things, though. So, like, nothing crazy. I'm not sure what the max threshold is. Maybe the strat is to use your Clamp, drag someone into the water, and then charge up your Heavy Bite, and then just crush. That could be useful. Let's see if there's anything new with Spino. I'm not too sure. Oh, they removed Charge Bite from Spino, apparently. He's got Lone Survivor, Drenched Blows. I don't know, because I never really played Spino, so I don't really know what he had before. Yeah, it seems like the removal of Charge Bite, as well as the addition of a Stomp Attack, are the biggest changes to Spino here. So here's our Stomp. It looks a bit slow. I feel like that should probably be faster. I mean, I'm sure it's good for, you know, hitting little ankle biters. And, you know, it has an AoE, it looks like, area of effect. Yeah, maybe it has a bigger area than it looks, who knows. But it's good to see that, you know, they're adding more attacks like that to defend against rats that are nipping you. Because Spino is a very slow guy. I'm very fast in the water. I may have to play Spino more, especially since this particular species has the speed buff in the water. Suko has a stomp attack now, too. So, same boat as Spino. Protect against the ankle biters. I think if anyone needs it, it's Suko more than Spino. And he also has a new variant of claw attack, and this one works similar to the Raptor strikes, in which the more you hit with this, the more damage it does. I don't know whether claw attack or claw barrage is better, because this is high damage, and this increases in power with each hit. It seems like this is just faster, and you could probably increase it exponentially. So I don't know, I'd be definitely interested to give this one a try. Yeah, there's probably a new ability I'm missing in here somewhere, but that's pretty much the update so far. This is just a showcase video, so, you know, I just want to upload this quick before I have to leave, because I am going out in a little bit. Gotta crap out the content while you can. So let me know in the comments who you want me to play in the next Path of Titans video I do that isn't just an update showcase thing. I'm imagining a lot of you want to see Eurhinosaurus. I do want to play Eurhinosaurus. I feel like there's so much I could do in this game. I could do the Ichthyosaur. The Dimetrodon mod came out recently, and I've been loving that thing, let me tell you. I could also try Suko with his new attacks. I could try Sarko. I don't know. Metri, maybe? This game has a lot of potential for milking content, so I'll probably just end up doing the Ichthyosaur for a gameplay video. So stay tuned for that within the next, I don't know, day or so? Yeah, why not? Day or so. We'll call it that. So, until the next one, I'll see you later. Make sure to subscribe, by the way.
And stop staring at me with them